This is how narcissists test you and why it's so dangerous. Have you ever felt like you're constantly being tested in a narcissistic relationship? I'm not talking about the usual ups and downs, but real, intentional tests. It can feel like the whole relationship is one big trial, right? But here's the thing, narcissistic people often do test you, and it's not just in the normal sense. Let's break down what this looks like. Imagine this. They might casually drop something like, "Well, my boss mentioned there could be layoffs soon." You might respond with something like, "Oh, that's tough. I hope everything works out." And that's a pretty normal, empathetic response, right? But here's the catch. What they're saying probably isn't true. It's more like a someday maybe kind of statement, but they're not actually in danger of losing their job. They're just setting up a situation to test you. In these situations, the right answer might not be what you think. Instead of offering sympathy, they might be fishing for a response like, "You're so amazing at your job, there's no way they'd lay you off." They want validation, not understanding. This kind of testing could happen because they're looking for more attention or reassurance that day. Who's right? In a previous video, we talked about how narcissists often set up these gotcha moments where they catch you off guard. For example, they might suggest going out when you've already told them you have plans, like a work meeting or something. Then they'll turn around and accuse you of being selfish or not caring enough about the relationship because all they wanted was to spend time with you. It's all part of the manipulation game. They might ask you some strange question like, "Would you marry someone else if I died?" It's a bizarre thing to ask, but the answer they want is something like, "No way. I'm with you forever and no matter what." Let's say you're dating someone who says, "I might get transferred to Miami," and you don't live there. You could ask questions like, "Is it a promotion? Is that a move you want to make?" But no, the response they're really hoping for is, "Oh no, that's awful. I can't imagine being away from you," or "I'd move with you to Miami because you're amazing." Or imagine a narcissistic parent asking, "When you get married, who will you spend your holidays with?" You might answer, "I guess we'll have to figure that out when the time comes, since you're not even in a relationship yet." But they'll flip out and say you're selfish and ungrateful because the right answer is, "Don't worry, Mom, you'll always be my number one, and every holiday will be at your place." Your honest, caring, and reasonable responses often won't work in these situations. This kind of mind game, where they expect you to read their mind and give the exact response they want, is a common tactic in narcissistic relationships. There are many reasons for it. Narcissistic people are often seeking attention or supply, trying to provoke a fight, or looking for validation that they're always the victim. They tend to ruminate a lot, not in the same way you might, but still they dwell on things constantly. They might be thinking, "Why does everyone else have it better than me?" Or obsessing over small slights or disappointments. This constant internal churn often comes out in the form of these odd tests they throw at you. It's hard to understand, but narcissistic individuals aren't out of touch with reality, nor are they psychopaths. They do know what's right and wrong in a relationship, even though it might not seem like it. You might not believe me, but they do. They understand that yelling and screaming isn't acceptable, but they feel entitled to act that way. They don't think it's fair when others judge them for it, because they didn't mean to hurt anyone. Still, they know it's wrong, which is why they can come up with excuses for their behavior. These tests are often used to make themselves appear more virtuous, saying things like, "See, you don't care. See, you don't help. See, you never want to spend time with me." The ironic part is that the things they accuse you of, like not caring, not helping, or not spending time with them, are the very things they're not doing in the relationship. Maybe you've even tried to bring it up with them, but they still twist it back onto you. These tests are a form of projection. In a relationship with a narcissist, you often feel like you can never get it right. And honestly, you can't, because trying to guess what they want, especially when they're so self-centered and detached from others' feelings, means you won't ever get it right. So, yes, these manipulative tests are part of the emotional chaos in a narcissistic relationship. My advice? Just keep being yourself and respond in ways that feel genuine. You're likely going to get it wrong anyway, so staying true to yourself is the best approach. Thanks again.